So you know that this is a 2024 Ford Maverick, but maybe you don't know all of the tech stuff that's inside of it. So let's take a look at that. We're going to look at the driver's display, we're going to look at the infotainment screen, and then we'll check out some of the driver assistance features and see how well they work. All right, you can see we are in all electric. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this driver's display. It's pretty basic, pretty simple. So on the left side here, we have your power. So you've got the green where the battery is going to be running on your electric. That's going to be when you are charging your regen braking. And then the rest of it is just the power level that you're putting out. Across the bottom, you have your temperature gauge and your gas gauge and your gear selector. On the right side over here, you have your speedometer. Then in your center, you do have a small digital screen. It can do several different things. So you can switch this from your trip information, settings, phone, audio, driver assist. You have a My View or favorites, and then back to the main screen. Once you are here, you can press menu on the steering wheel. That is going to change that center. So just like this, menu changes that. You can move it down to trip 2. You can reset all your values. You can even configure your view. You can add or remove any of these features. So the trip odometer, this is blacked out because it is full. You would have to remove one like trip odometer to be able to add the trip timer. You can go down to average fuel, distance to empty, and instantaneous fuel. Then you can just click the back button and you are back where you started. We go up to settings on the truck. So then the same thing, you hit the menu button, you get information. This has seat belts, tells you who is locked in and who's not. Your key info, tire pressure. All right, tire pressures all look good. Oil life, there you go, 42% on your oil. And you can reset it there. Trailer light status, no lights are connected. Go to your display, set it up English. You can set up whether you want it miles per gallon or in kilometer form, temperature, Fahrenheit or Celsius, tire pressure, PSI, KPA or bar. Go on down and then you have your brake coach. You can turn that on or off. Brake coach basically just lets you know how well you're using your braking system to regen your battery. Go down to your driver assistance. You got blind spot monitoring. You can turn that on or off. Basically, all it does is it lights up the little insignia there on the left side of the mirror. Go down, you have pre-collision assist, lane keep assist, which is turned on and off by this button right here. Actually on the side right here. Okay, you do have a driver alert system. You turn that on or off. If you go outside of the lines and the truck senses it, after a few times, it's going to tell you, hey, you're swerving around, you might be tired, it's time to take a break. You do have cross traffic alert also, which is nice, and trailer sway control. Go down, you do have vehicle settings. Your lighting, auto high beams, you can turn those on or off. And then you also have lamp delay or daytime running lights you can turn on or off. Your locks, auto unlock, feedback, mislock chirp, remote unlock all, or you can set that to just unlock the driver's door. Your neutral tow there, that is if you are being towed, you can put it into neutral. System, climate, you can set to auto or your last setting. Usually those on auto. Seats and steering wheel be the same. Heated seats or heated steering wheel, duration of 15 minutes. I think that's the max. Yes, it is the max. That's it on that. Down, you can do your wipers. You can turn on a courtesy wipe, which I always do. I think it's nice. All right, go up to phone. Basically, it's going to tell you what's going on your phone, whether you have a phone call, what, you know, that you are connected, that type of thing. Audio, so it's going to be telling you what is playing, usually lists the song and title and things like that. Driver assist, you have the lane keep assist system, so I'm going to flip this button on and off, see if it makes a change. It doesn't do anything on the screen other than tell you it's on or off. But we'll check out those features here in a little bit as we're driving. And then you have your My View or your favorites, whichever one you want to call that. And then we are back to this one here. That's it for the driver's display. Quick look at the steering wheel right now. Here is that menu button that I was using to change the items on the screen, the back button and the up or down to scroll through those items. You also have your track forward and backwards for your stereo. On this side, you have your volume for your radio and your cruise control, your set, and plus and minus, resume, and cancel. Wiper stalks, showed you just a second ago. This button on the end controls your lane keep assist system. Then this is just turn signal and turn your brights on or off. And on this side is just your wiper stalk. So you do have adjustable sensitivity. Okay, let's move over to the infotainment screen. Now, this is the 8-inch screen and it has Sync 3. So it doesn't have a whole lot of functions, but that's okay because most of your functions you're going to be using are right down here. You have a stereo settings right here with your volume, your tune, your skip forward, play, whatever you need there. And all your climate controls are down below here. So your screen up here is not having to control a whole lot unless you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. This does cover both of those, but only as a wired system, is not a wireless system. So you would go down here, use one of these plugs to plug into, either one of them will work, and then you can have your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay up here on the screen. Besides that, you have audio up here, which turns that on. Phone, so this is going to bring up all of your stuff. It's got my phones connected. I can do a keypad to call out, things like that. You got voice prompt assistant, you know, a lot of these things that most of us do not use. We'll go on over to apps. So this is basically going to pull all the apps that up on from your phone when you have it connected. And then we can go into settings. On the settings, you've got sound, your clock, Bluetooth, your phone, 911 assist, and then under general, basically is just your languages and basic things that you need set up on your screen. Go back. Ford Pass Connect, where you have that connected. And okay, so we already looked at mobile apps. You can turn, mobile apps are either on, off if you want them on there. Swipe over one more time. There's your Wi-Fi setting. So you can actually connect this to your Wi-Fi and it will always look for updates. So that way you can always be up to date. And you can scan for updates whenever you need to. Apple CarPlay preferences and Android Auto preferences. Pretty simple there. It's just basically turn them on, turn them off, that type of thing. Camera settings under the vehicle button and the display. You can have display off, calm screen, your background, brightness. I did notice that this does seem like it's a little bit dim during bright sunny days. Mode, day or night or auto. So we're gonna go back here and really that is pretty much it. So like I said, this is a simple truck. It's a simple system. They didn't put anything fancy in here because they wanted to keep the price point low. They wanted to be able to help make an impact. For you to save money and still be able to have a truck and drive a good product. So now let's test out the few little driver assistance features that we have here, mostly lane keep assist, see how it functions, what else it does. The other things, rear cross traffic alert, those are all pretty basic, but we're gonna check out and see how well these systems work. It's time. We are going to test out the driver assistance features of this Ford Maverick. There's not a whole lot. Most of it was cross traffic alerts and, you know, pedestrian safety and that type of stuff. But the one thing that we do have on here is lane keep assist. We'll see how well that functions. Make sure that it keeps us inside the lines. And that's pretty much it. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to change this center cluster to the driver assistance so you guys can see that well. All right. Let's get going. So there's not a whole lot to see here, but let's see what it does. All right, so we are getting up to speed. Going to click resume. All right. Now you can see down underneath there, it does show 60 miles per hour, and then it shows lane keep assist is on. So the wind is really pushing today. So this will be pretty short actually. So we're gonna push this. Yeah, so it did. We're gonna do that one more time. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be able to push us back because the wind is so strong right now. So once we get past this bridge, we will try that again. Okay, so letting go of the steering wheel, going over to the left, and boom, it pushed it back. You can see it light up on the screen and pushed us back. Tells me to keep my hands on the wheel. Once we straighten out, go to this side, it's gonna basically do the same thing. We're gonna get on the line, it's gonna push us back. Fought against my hand, you can see I'm gonna push in this direction. I'm not gonna let up, but it's going to fight against me, push me back. Okay. Once we get straightened out up here around this curve, then I will let go, let it tell me, keep my hands on the wheel, see what happens, what it does from there. All right, we do have a curve coming up. I am not sure what's going to happen here because we don't have lane centering. We just have lane keep assist. So I don't know if it's going to be able to keep us going around this. We are going to slow down to 58. See what happens. So we're on the edge, and yeah, it is not wanting to do anything. All right, let's see what happens here. I get close to the edge there. It steered it back, but only once, and then it shut off. So yeah, so that is not going to help you around corners at all. Okay. Now we're pretty much driving into the wind right now. We can see when we get on to the left side, it lit up and it kind of pushed us back. Keep my hands on the wheel, making noises. It's gonna push us back. It's ping-ponging right now. Keep hands on the wheel, not happening. I had to touch it. Had somebody behind us. All right, one more time. We'll try this. Push us. Keep hands on the wheel. Hands on the wheel. Do have somebody behind me, so I'm not sure what we're gonna be able to do here. It just keeps telling me nothing is changing. We're hitting the line and bouncing off of it. It's swerving us, I feel. Push against. Yeah, so all it's gonna do is just keep beeping. It's not doing anything other than that and keeping us from going off the road. So that is about it. I don't see anything else changing. I think we are good there. And I think that's about it. All right. Well, you can see not a whole lot happened right there. It gave us a lot of warning, making a bunch of noise, but it did keep us inside the lane and kept us from going off of the road, which is a plus, but it doesn't mean it's going to be able to keep us on the road when we go around corners. You can see that I had to help it around that one corner. So I don't think this system, I mean, it is an aid, it does help, but as for being able to help you in an emergency situation, I don't think it's going to do a whole lot of good there. So you might want to step up to the Ford Co-Pilot 360 Assist System that has adaptive cruise and lane centering. That will give you a lot better driver assistance features and safety. So that's all I've got for this video. Thanks for joining me. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, click one of the videos that are up on the screen right now, because you know, YouTube thinks you're gonna like it. I got one up there I think you're gonna like too. So make sure you watch those, and I'll see you in the next test.